Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Your energy is not random. It may feel random because most people never track what is taking it from them, but your engine has patterns. Your energy rises from certain habits, and it gets drained by certain environments. It sharpens when your life is organized, and it disappears when you let too many things pull at you at the same time. This episode is about protecting your energy. Not in a soft way, not in a dramatic way, not in a way where you can use the phrase as an excuse to avoid responsibility. Protecting your energy means taking ownership of what you allow into the machine. Because the machine cannot run on bad inputs forever. You can have the best intentions in the world, but if your sleep is broken, your food is careless, your phone is ruining your attention, your relationships are full of conflict, and your schedule has no structure, you're going to feel it. You will feel it in your workouts. You will feel it in your patience. You will feel it in your focus, in your discipline. Energy is not just caffeine and environment and excitement. Energy is your ability to direct yourself. This is what we are protecting. Energy is performance currency. In the gym, people understand energy when the bar feels heavy. You know when you've slept poorly. You know when you've eaten garbage the night before. You know when you came in dehydrated or when your mind is somewhere else completely. The weights tell the truth very quickly. But outside the gym, people pretend the same rules do not apply. They scroll for hours, get pulled into drama, argue with people who are not trying to understand, stay up way too late, rush through meals, and then wonder why they have no edge. Energy is the currency you spend to build anything. Training costs energy. Patience costs energy. Leadership, creativity, all cost energy. Being kind when you're annoyed costs energy. Staying quiet when your ego wants to react costs energy. Changing your life costs energy. So if you keep giving your energy away to things that don't deserve it, don't be surprised when the important work you need to do feels impossible. Protecting energy starts with noticing your leaks. Not every drain looks negative. Some drains are obvious. Too much alcohol, too little sleep, bad food, constant conflict, overtraining, negative people, too much time online. But some drains look normal. Some may even look productive. Saying yes to too many things can drain you. Trying to be available to everyone can drain you. Checking messages all day can drain you. Living without quiet time can drain you. Training hard without recovering or chasing every new idea can drain you. Always being in a rush is a drain. Problem is not that any one thing destroys you. The problem is accumulation. A small leak can still empty a large tank if you ignore it long enough. This is where a lot of people get confused. They associate that with being lazy or lacking discipline. They think they need to be harder on themselves. Sometimes they do, but sometimes the issue is that their system is overloaded. You cannot keep putting demands on the body and mind without putting something back in. That is not weakness. That's just simple biology, reality. A strong person does not pretend the tank is full when it's empty. A strong person learns how to refill it before the whole machine starts breaking down. Protecting energy means setting filters. You don't need to cut everything out of your life. You need better filters. Filter what you watch, who gets access to your attention, Filter what you talk about every day. Filter the problems you keep volunteering for. Filter the habits that follow you into the night. Filter the thoughts you keep rehearsing in your mind. A machine runs better when the intake is clean. Think about the way you would treat an engine. You wouldn't pour dirt into the tank and then blame the engine for running rough, would you? You wouldn't ignore the oil, clog the filter, overheat it, and then call it weak. But people do that to themselves all the time. They feed the mind constant outrage. They feed the body low-quality fuel. They feed the nervous system noise, the schedule, chaos. Then they expect focus, discipline, and peace. It does not work like that. Protecting your energy is not about becoming fragile. It's about becoming selective. You have to know what you are building, and then stop feeding things that work against it. Also, the fact that some people cost too much. This part matters. There are people who leave you better. They challenge you, but they do not drain your soul. They tell you the truth, but they do not need to humiliate you. They respect your growth, even if they do not fully understand your path. Then there are people who pull you back into the old version of yourself. Every conversation becomes gossip, conflict, complaining, or temptation. Every time you try to raise your standard, they make a joke out of it. Every time you try to become more disciplined, they try to bring you back down to what is comfortable for them. You do not have to hate these people, but you do have to recognize their cost. Your energy is your responsibility. If you keep standing in environments that weaken you, eventually you become part of the problem. That does not mean you abandon and burn every bridge. It means you stop letting everyone have the same level of access. Access is earned. Your attention is not free. Your focus is not free. Your time or your peace is not free. Protect it. Recovery is energy protection. A lot of people only protect energy by removing negatives. That's only half the job. You have to build in positives. Sleep, real food, walking, strength training. All these things protect energy when it's programmed well. Sunlight protects energy. Quiet time protects energy. Your breathing protects energy. Even a clean space can protect your energy. A plan for the week protects your energy. Order gives energy back. That is why a simple routine can change your life. Not because the routine is magical, but because it removes friction. When you know what you're doing, you waste less energy deciding. When your meals are planned, you waste less energy scrambling. When your gym bag is ready and packed, you waste less energy hesitating. When your phone has some boundaries, you waste less energy reacting. When your bedtime is protected, you waste less energy recovering from your own choices. The goal is not perfection. The goal is to stop leaking energy from places you can control. Here, do this. Picture two versions of the same day. In the first, you wake up and reach for the phone. Within 5 minutes, your mind is full of other people's arguments, other people's highlight reels, bad news, noise, ads, opinions, and comparisons. You haven't even stood up out of bed yet, but your attention is already scattered. Then you rush. You skip breakfast or eat something random and unhealthy. You drink coffee before water. You answer messages all day. You get pulled into conversations that do not matter. By the time training comes, the body is present, but the mind is drained. In the second version of that day, you protect the first hour. Water first, a quiet moment, a written plan, a real meal. You still have responsibilities. You still have to deal with stress, but you enter your day with ownership instead of being dragged into it. That one change can infect the entire machine. Energy protection is not always about cutting people off or making life small. Sometimes it's about reclaiming the openings where the day takes control before you do. For this week, try and run an energy audit. Not a dramatic one. Just be honest and ask yourself, what leaves me calmer? What leaves me sharper? What leaves me drained? What do I keep consuming that makes me weaker? Who do I feel heavier around? Which habit gives me the most back? Which habit takes the most from me? Then make one cut and one addition. Cut one drain, add one recovery habit. That could mean no phone in bed. That could mean walking after dinner. That could mean fewer arguments over things that do not matter. That could mean meal prepping 2 lunches ahead of time. That could mean leaving one toxic conversation alone. That could mean getting to sleep 30 minutes earlier. Small changes matter when they protect the system. Protect your energy, because your energy becomes who you are, what your life is. It becomes your training, becomes your attitude, your patience, your work. It becomes the way you show up for other people. It becomes the way you show up for yourself. Don't waste your strongest hours feeding weak habits. Do not give your focus to everything that asks for it. Build the machine by guarding what powers it. Protect your energy. Build the machine. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next one.